We're at Horley, first K's game for 5 months. Hayden, has it been that long? We're 2 metres apart. And a 1-1 draw. I haven't seen a more competitive pre-season game in my life. It was madness. What was going on? Did they want it too much?
It was perfect. It was perfect for us. I've known Anthony a long time. Played for me many moons ago at Croydon Athletic, and I know that he produces competitive teams. So as a first friendly, this was perfect. I wasn't going to sit back and roll over and say, oh, this team are good, let's keep passing the ball around. And they wanted to win. And that's the first message to the players this season. We've got to get used to that. Kingstonian are one of the teams to beat this season, and in many people's eyes, the team to beat this season. That's not coming from me, but that's coming from other managers in the league. So we have to cope with that. And we saw it today, even in a friendly, they really wanted to beat us. You know, there's various factors that you have to consider. The first factor is it's our first game, it's their third game. They've been in for 3 weeks, longer than what we have. So in 1 or 2 areas, they were a little bit sharper. So well done to Horley. But I agree. You know, in a difficult game, in difficult conditions because of the pitch, it was a good first run out.
I mean, you've had 5 months to plan how to get rid of your draw specialist tag, and yet here we are after another draw, Hayden.
I know.
Are you considering your position?
No, I've got us on the pools on a Saturday, so I need to have us a draw. No, it was actually deja vu, wasn't it? You know, it was from about the 5th minute when Gus missed a sitter and headed it over the bar.
Actually, it brought me a kind of sense of comfort after all this national kind of crisis. I thought, oh, I'm back at K's.
Absolutely, don't worry.
3 sitters.
Everything's all right in the world.
Exactly.
Kingstonian have missed 10 chances and they're going to draw. No, seriously, if it was a league game today, then I'd be very disappointed. And in answer to your question, the rules are a little bit different this year for the players. Absolutely dominating games and not winning them isn't an option, and I want to be really clear on that. And I think that the recruitment has shown that in the summer. But of course, when you're in this stage of pre-season, you need to get a little bit sharper. These games help you get sharper. And I think the one thing that is the most difficult thing is the last third. That's where you really need your sharpness. And I'd like to think that if we were to play this game again in 2 or 3 weeks with the continued work that we're doing, you'd see more goals and probably more of a comfortable result.
What pleased you today was obviously a lot of changes. Beanie and Cav weren't here for various reasons. Tom Howard played central midfield in the second half, and he was languid, is how I would describe him. Like, just smooth, fluid.
Yeah.
Quite surprising a play. It reminded me of Matt Patterson for some reason. There's just this kind of...
Okay, yeah, and he was really good, wasn't he? For me, Tom Howard was the biggest plus. That's Tom Howard's first game of any description in 18 months, and for him to come on and run the midfield shows what an excellent player he is. Tom is an outstanding person. He'll add a lot of personality to the group. He's an outstanding player. He knows when to make good decisions with the ball. He knows when to drive into the areas. He knows when to drop the ball off. But for him to come in and run the game in the second half shows just how good he can be. That was a big tick in the box. That pleased me. I was pleased with young Lewis. I thought he'd come on. I think he
played off the shoulder.
Absolutely. I think that's a lad that we've worked hard on, and I think he'll have many more minutes this season.
Cadell was very, very good all the way.
Cadell is a player that I've wanted to bring into the football club for a long time, and I think that he will definitely move us up a notch. And if you look at the dynamics of Cadell, Elliot Buchanan, Tom Richards, Corey, there's great firepower in the team now.
And Corey getting a goal on
absolutely
his debut under you.
Yeah, and you know, the best thing about Corey today is that he's going into the dressing room disappointed because he thinks he should have scored 4. And that's a really promising sign. And I like that mentality, and that mentality is going to help Kingstonian.
There were moans and groans when we were put into the preliminary round of the FA Cup. Can I suggest that it's actually a good thing? Because unlike the other Isthmian Premier clubs who are not quite sure what date the league will begin, your players are playing pre-season friendlies and training right now, knowing pretty much certainly that we will have a game on the 12th of September. Maybe behind closed doors, who knows. But you've got a game to aim at on the 12th. So is that an advantage rather than a cause for complaint?
I don't think it's cause for complaint at all. I think we were all a little bit taken aback that we were drawn to play so early. But in saying that, you know, it's weird, isn't it? Everybody complains that there's no football. Suddenly we're going to start early, and people are complaining that we're starting early. We're very focused on the game. We know it's a dangerous game because, you know, particularly when there's finances at stake, you've got like 2 or 3 games under your belt before you walk into a game of that profile. But it's a game that we will be ready for. There's no question of that. And, you know, it's a competition that we want to do well in.
What's your feeling? Do you think it is likely to be behind closed doors?
I think it was really encouraging move from the government yesterday.
Yeah, the snookers.
That they're going to reopen the testing. The honest answer is I don't know. Who knows? We missed the supporters today.
Really?
Yeah, no, absolutely. We missed the supporters today, but there's 2 ways of looking at this. These are all dress rehearsals, and if you're on the stage, the opening night is in front of a packed.
This was the press night.
Yeah, absolutely right. So we'll do the work quietly. We'll try to get out as many information as we can. I know these guys were here, Mick and Gary, doing the commentary. Hopefully we'll get some games filmed because we want to include the supporters. They're a big part of us. The relationship between the team and the supporters was massive last season, and I'm going to ask even more of the supporters this season that, you know, in a season where, let's be fair, probably the expectations are a little higher, we need the support of the fans. So hopefully it will be for the FA Cup. But we look forward to seeing everybody.
All right, well, see you at the next friendly.
See you at the next friendly on Tuesday night.
Somewhere.
I'm not allowed to say, so I can't say, and it'll get me in trouble.